Awesome sauce. So if you guys don't know me, I'm Lindsey Ray. I am a certified life coach and I've been here with Modera for like 2-ish years. And tonight, following up from Carrie and I's training the other night, we are going to actually create your habit trackers tonight. And then at the end, we are going to actually implement them. So by the end of this, you guys will have clicked off some of your little habit trackers. So first, I'm just going to walk you guys through it. I'm going to set a timer for like 15 to 20-ish minutes. And then once that timer goes off, we're going to implement and actually run some of these daily methods of operation. So here on the screen, I have a few examples. Over here, post daily follow-ups, intentional engagement, share the biz video, and then the personal development is actually the P5 from Andrea Gebhardt. I was looking in guide 3 in our team page earlier, and I couldn't actually find any of the graphics on that anymore, but I will try to bring them all together again and share them with you guys if you want extra details. And then over here is just kind of what I have, the new customers and the code, customer reorders, new social marketers, rank ups, power hours, and other trainings that you attend. That's what I personally have on my tracker. If you guys want to add that, you can. And then over here, I just started making a quick little list of some like brand new ideas. So for if you're absolutely brand new, just getting started for the first time ever implementing this kind of thing, some simple, quick things that you guys want to do, please let me know and I'll type them up here and we'll share it with the class. But like I said the other night, when I first started doing this, it was as simple as drinking my water for the day, getting in 30 minutes of active time, reaching my step goal, like that simple daily do of you personally, I had on there when I first started, just to build the actual habit of using the habit tracker. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I did. So if there are like simple little things that you want to personally implement, I will just quickly type them so we can all share them. Please at any time unmute yourself, throw it in for the greater good of the team, and we will all do this together. So first, just rip out your sheet, your plain sheet of paper, and then you can go ahead and make out your lines. I will show you mine, but you're just going to you're going to turn it sideways and use the lines on the paper as the day. So go ahead and then pick how many sections you want. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I track 7 things. So if you can see here, I have what I'm tracking on the side. And then I use the line of itself as the day. I also have the weekends share a line. Can you see that? Laura, give me a thumbs up. Awesome, thank you. So go ahead and fill that in. You're gonna make your lines across. That's all you really need to do is the lines across, because we're already using the lined paper for our day. I share the weekend because I don't typically track on the weekends. And if I do, it's nice and short and sweet. It's not as much work. If you primarily do work on the weekends, then don't share it. Like if you're really, I don't know, a crazy baller and you don't take the weekends off, then go ahead and don't share it, you know? Let me know if you guys need to see that again or not. I actually made, I'll see if I can bring it up for you guys over here. I actually crafted a digital one and I did it at like 12 in the morning. Let's see if I can find it to share with you guys. It's going a little slow. And I actually sent my digital for a publisher. I'm trying to make it into a book so you guys can just buy this and you won't have to make it yourself. But I think it's a really good practice to craft it yourself, because once you put your words, your print on paper, it makes it more of a set in stone type of thing. There's like a scientific connection between you writing something on paper for yourself. That's why there's this one. I forget who the author is, but he says, write your really big goals with blue ink on blue Post-its or blue index cards. And there's supposed to be like some sort of scientific thing to that. It's taken a really long time to load here. So here's kind of what I've crafted as a digital form. So you guys can see that. Awesome. So that's exactly what you're going to have your paper look like, right? I did that all by myself, the lines and everything. So hopefully it kind of mimics what I put on my paper. So these are all the days that you're just going to number. You can start at tomorrow, start at 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you choose your weekends. I share them 9/10 and so on and so forth. And we actually have 30 days in April. And then I just put it here for 5 sections. Like I said, I personally track 7, but just getting started, pick whatever you're comfortable with. And then over here, I have section for my goals, important dates. And then I have that little grid of tracking my journal and my mood. And then once you're done making it, let me know and hold it up and show me, please. I did set the timer.
Lindsay, I actually went online
and printed one out.
I printed out 1, 2, 3, 5 different ones.
Okay,
and so I'm just trying to figure out which ones are going to work best for me.
Show me.
Okay. This one is just like very plain Jane. It has like thoughts down here at the bottom, and it's
like a grid. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like I said, very simple grid.
Yeah, show me the other one.
This one has, my light is, okay, so this has the months. This is the habit key, special notes down here, and then the grid here. So like 12 different habits that correspond to these numbers. This doesn't work with my brain as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I've already figured out I don't like that. And then this one is, once again, just the simple grid, but down here are the notes and the to do this week. And then
I think I need to Venmo you like $20 for all the ink you wasted.
Well, they're just 5 sheets of paper, so. But I was just like mentally trying to get like a look at different stuff as to what would work with my brain, but yours is so much better. Like, I love yours.
So it's really funny, Amy, because when I first started, I actually shared it in my stories today. When I first started, I was using a grid tracker. I don't think I actually have any saved. I probably threw all of them away, but those are great for like 90-day runs, very target specific, like you're only tracking 3 things, just like a quick fill-in type thing. What I've crafted here and I'm asking you to create tonight is a legitimate tracker for all things. And I'm gonna show you how. I don't know if you caught the live or anything, the replay from Sunday, but this is going to be, you actually have a spot for their initials for the type of post you made. Let's see if I can get it in the light a little more here. So this is why I crafted this. So you can actually see I did reels for my posts. I did Instagram and Facebook post. I did some podcasting today with Bob Heilig, and then I signed up for a course. And then for my coaching business, yesterday I did a podcast. You see how I can actually write in here what I'm doing? So it's not a grid that I'm coloring in. I can literally write, last night was the Hustler Zoom. I had a customer reorder, so you can see I have a little key in my section here. Reorder is circled. And then I'm going to add in when they get their code, I'll put a square around. So I'll know within 10 days, like I'll put squares here, and then I'll probably check them off as I follow up, or if they use a code. You see what I'm saying? So it's not coloring in a grid. You're literally tracking it. Let's see if I have, hold on one second.
Kind of like making notes.
Huh?
Making notes.
Yes.
You have enough room to make notes.
Yes. So you're not just coloring something in. And here's a good, well, that's kind of, I literally have 2 years of all these papers just sitting here. Okay, so here's one before I started the grid down here, the journal and mood. Before I added that, this is what it used to look like. A journal here, and I would just go and check it off. So now I don't know why it looks so oily. Sorry, it's not attractive. So now I go through and actually color in the days that I journal with my mood for the day. And you can really see a difference in my personal performance. I obviously don't work well when I feel very terrible, because like purple and blue is terrible. And I can go back and actually see all the days that I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't posting. Look, you can see Facebook, podcast, like you see, I was doing all of those things. You can actually go back and check up like all the different Hustler Zooms I've attended. Where's my posting? That's 333. Look at this, check this out. Social marketers, look, nothing. Nothing. Daily posts. I did 3 TikToks, 2 Reels, 1 Instagram post. So that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have your thing. Did everybody make their paper now? So I'll go back over to the topics here you can fill in. So you're gonna craft this, and then you can pick and fill in what you want on the side there. So as long as you have your, is that helpful, Amy?
It is, and that's where I need help. Is I need to know like what to group in each section.
Yep, that's what I'm showing you. So did you quickly make that real quick? Just draw like 5 lines across the back of one of those grids.
So that's all we did so far, right? Is draw the lines and do the dates, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And then, yes, Lori, are you good with that then?
Yeah.
Perfect. You can start picking your things that you want to fill in on the side, what you want to track.
Okay.
I put up some options. If you have any more that you want me to add that I didn't already list, feel free to tell me. I'll type it up here. We can all bounce those ideas off of each other. But I'll just go over what I do again is everything over here, and then the P5. So I actually track all of these things. I've just grouped together like everything business I group together, and then I just go through and clarify. Everything customer I group together, I go through and clarify. But if it works, this is from 2 years of me doing this. If it works better for you to make it smaller and track one by one, then start off doing that. Whatever it's going to feel better for you, this is how I've worked up to grouping it and being able to list out what I'm doing. If you need a step by step, then definitely break it down into a smaller chunk or something more visible. Either give yourself more room or a completely separate line, whatever it is that's going to help you see it and be able to know what you're doing better. Any other questions? Come on, you got me here. Ask me anything. This is typically like a $50 a $50 thing that I do. So this is what it would be charged as. So if you have something, ask me.
So could one of those sections just be like named Power Hour?
Absolutely.
And so then you have like abbreviations for each 15 minutes.
Yes.
And then you go grid, either all 50, the entire hour or just whatever you were able to do.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
If you want to I have a power hour thing here. So what I would do is I would just check, I would write PH when I've completed my power hour. Maybe on like a separate thing, you keep your running list of, who you reached out to and things like that. But if you do follow-ups, I would keep them on your tracker. If you need a separate list of people, either write it on the back or in a separate notebook.
So what do you have as your top one that you do? Daily posts?
Yes. And then I have it broken down: TikToks, Reels, posts, story, live.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what do you put inside that first section? I can't hardly see it because it's a big.
You want me to stop sharing the screen?
Maybe, yeah, because I can't really read what your thing is.
And I think it's backwards too, so that's not really helpful.
No, we can.
No, it is. It's right.
It's good.
Okay, daily posts, TikTok Reels, and then you have your for your podcast stories or something live. I can't read what it says.
Just going live in general.
Okay. Daily TT Reels posts story.
You okay, Pam?
I was trying to see, but then every time somebody else would talk, I was like,
Oh, it has the speaker. Oh, you gotta
Yes.
go over to view and like pin me or something. The timer did go off to start implementing this, but I will give us a little bit more time to actually create it because this is important to me. So if we need to run it at a separate time, we will run it at a separate time.
So does that say money loves me?
It sure does.
Of course it does.
I love that.
I'm reading and practicing Amanda Francis's Rich's book. And that's one of her affirmations is money loves me. Money is, money is, money is. And it's like, so I write it.
Nice.
Another one that I like to say is I love the wealthy me.
Yes, that's a very good
yeah.
one. Yeah, so if you didn't notice on my digital thing, the digital sheet that I crafted over on the side, I have action affirmation. That's another thing that I teach, especially through my podcasts. And then you just write out like what you're claiming for that month, right above where you'd write your goals. So it's just like one of those things when you look at your tracker, it's just another reminder to like walk it out, walk to it, so right up there. So I have mine over here, but over here I have just my content for the week. It's like a little key for myself to keep myself on track. You probably cannot read it, but it's like super minuscule. So I know that like Tuesday is a tip or before and after. Wednesday I do take what you want in my stories. And then Thursday, questions, Friday, business, Saturday and Sunday, lifestyle. So it's just like I have a little reminder of what I want to do. Like I said, it's really, really tiny, but that's just
kinda
that's just another idea that you could do. And then again, the journal and mood tracker. You okay, Pam? Your face is stressing me out, dude.
I am so sorry. I can't. I have a horrible poker
Are you
face.
okay?
I'm just like, I want
Do
to
you
learn
need a hug?
everything. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking really hard.
How are you making out, Amy? You don't look as stressed. I'll check on you.
Okay, I have my first two areas done. What's a couple of your other areas? I have
Okay,
like my power hour area, and I've got my 15 minutes sectioned off for each of those activities, because sometimes I can't do like a full hour. And then
That's
my second section is TikTok, Instagram, real story posts.
Mhm.
And then another area, growth and personal development.
Yes, please. Lori, how are you making out? You picking your sections?
I am. I did the post daily, but I'm doing them sort of like you did, but separating the TikToks, reels, and stories.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then I did the power hour block, and I think I'm gonna do I need to remember to do my follow-ups. So I think I'm gonna do that block. And I don't know, thinking.
Frank and Carrie, you guys are obviously not making one.
I'm listening to you. I'm not very organized, but I'm listening and I love it. I need to actually sit down and absorb this 100%.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just have to charge you if you have any questions then.
Okay, that works.
How's everybody else feel with like 5 more minutes and then we'll run something and I'll show you how to mark it out. Cool. 5 more minutes. Okay.
What kinds of things do you put under growth and personal development?
I have a very long list. I will type it out. And I actually just added something to that section today.
And you were like saying you can add your own personal stuff, like am I drinking enough water? Did I exercise? Or so we didn't really add that to, I mean, I guess that's personal development. But I do
Well,
a
that's
lot
what
of
I have
different,
it under.
I do a lot of things in personal development. I feel like I almost have to.
So if you're doing a ton, I guess it all really depends on how you want to track it, but a grid tracker for all of those things would be a good thing. Like if you want to keep tabs on that, like, so you would get a grid tracker like Amy had printed out, and like color code, like your water would be blue, your walking would be red, so on and so forth, and then just fill in the grid as you do it, and then that way collectively you can see. That just gives you a great visual. Like I said, I don't know if you guys heard it actually, but I've in my podcast I go through and I talk about tracking a lot in a few episodes, but what I have crafted here and what I'm walking you guys through tonight is not accountability. It's just seeing when and how often or how not so often you are taking your action. So this is all action based, right? Your daily method of operations. It's just you taking the action. It's you keeping track of the most important things that you want to pull out of the day in, day out, hour, 15 minutes, whatever you can put into it is going on here. And it's just, instead of having multiple binders, instead of having, sheets everywhere of people's names all over the place, you put their initials. If you want a specific place, say you're doing the 3x3 by Marina Simone, then you have a specific place 3 days in a row I reached out to them 3 times. You know, I loved on them 3 times. So this is just your action. If you're doing personal development that much and you want to look at that part differently, then I would go with a separate grid tracker that wouldn't be connected to like your business, your daily method of operations. Here, I have it on there because learning, going to a network marketing course or a freebie or listening to John Melton, you know, that goes alongside of this. So me tracking my steps, it can go into when we do the steps challenge, it can go into sharing on my stories, showing that I'm active. So that's why I keep most of those things there. And then I also have rest on there too, because personally, that's something that I share as a coach, how important it is. I say all the time, rest is required, not earned. So just like showing that I can do these things, I'm taking those actions. That's what I want to convey most. Was that helpful?
Mhm.
Okay.
Actually, something I do like for the personal stuff.
Uh-huh.
If you think this is a good idea. Like I've actually done this for a couple of years now, but I have like this paper here, which has like my daily goals, and I have a section of weekly goals and a
Mhm.
section of monthly goals, the things I want to do, and I keep it all on like a
Oh, that's fantastic.
Dollar Tree calendar.
I love
And so
that.
like my daily goals, like I highlight in yellow, and I have like abbreviations for them.
Perfect.
So like you can kind of see this was January. So like my yellow is daily, my pink is weekly, and my green is like monthly.
Uh-huh.
And then at the bottom, I have like by the end of the month, like in yellows, I should have, you know, X amount for that, you know, whatever. Like my monthly, I need 4 checks or more. For the weekly, 20 checks or more. For the, I mean, this might be like too like in depth and crazy, but that's how I was able to do like make sure I was getting like my exercise in and my water and my Bible time and all that stuff.
I love that.
But yeah, it's kind of like a hot mess, but
It's your hot mess.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it works for you, then keep going. It's just if you want to make the tracker, then try it out. I don't know. It's worked for me for 2 years.
I'm
so.
definitely doing the tracker for the business for sure, because I have like loved like seeing your trackers like in previous meetings and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I've got to do that, which is why I like printed all these out, which none of them are going to really work. But I'm so happy. Thank you for doing this training tonight, because this is helping so much.
Good. I'm glad. All right. Who has their sides filled out? Lori, Jamie,
I do.
Pam, you disappeared. Okay, there you are. I had to scroll down. Did you fill yours out, or are you still?
It's all good. I'm working on my face. So thank you. I know it's serious, like in all seriousness, I so appreciate that, because I need to learn to like not always display my emotions on my face.
Hey, as long as you're not mad at me and I didn't
I am so
offend you
not
in
mad.
any way,
I was just thinking so hard, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want her to think I'm like frustrated. Well, I was frustrated because just not, but not at you. Oh my gosh. Hot mess express.
All right, so if you have your whole entire thing filled out, we will let the rest of the group finish up. I will give us 15 more minutes and then we're going to call this quits. Go ahead and do some of the activity on your tracker and fill it out. So I will give you guys 15 more minutes. So if you have follow-ups, do a couple follow-ups. It can be story watcher follow-ups, current customer follow-ups. If you did not get your post done yet, go ahead and make a post. If you want to check your back office to see if anybody has ordered yet this month, go ahead and check that out. And if you do have a reorder, fill it out on your tracker. If you have someone that you need to intentionally engage with, if you picked that one, go ahead and either leave hearts or really genuine comments on people's posts, and then you can tally it in that section. Intentional engagement is 10 by 10, so that would be 10 people by 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. So you could just easily write how many times you did it, tally it. Anything of that nature you can do for when you're counting in your tracker, just use tallies or numbers. If you're going for really growing and you're adding 5 to 10 people a day on Instagram, you can track that with the numbers. Follow-ups, you can either do initials if you're doing something very specific, like it's a potential and you want them to join customer or business, keep their initials on your tracker. If you're just doing massive amounts, do tallies or numbers. Picking up what I'm putting down? Cool. So go ahead and yes, Laura.
Nope, I was nothing. Well, yes, I wanted to say, so I think Judy that's on right now is my girl.
Okay.
So I think she may just be listening in at the moment, but I just wanted you to know that she's in here in case you didn't see her.
Yeah, when I'm sharing my screen, I have to like scroll down to see.
Okay, cool.
That's why Pam was at the bottom. So now I scrolled down and now I can see you.
Gotcha.
So yep, just finish filling out your trackers, how you like them, and then go ahead and try out some of the things that you have on your tracker and be sure to fill it in. Also, I had this so small on mine that I forgot to type it up in the mix of everything, but keeping track of referrals and spoons.
That's a good one. Actually, I may need to add that.
Yeah, I was like double checking the lists and everything, and I was like, oh, I have biz video, but I missed a little spot where I have referrals and spoons. So I think that I should highlight it because we definitely need.
What is the intentional engagement again? 10 by 10, meaning 10 comments, 10.
Yep. That's a part of, I'm gonna have to bother Carrie and see if she can pull up the P5 stuff from Andrea Gebhardt again. But that 10 by 10, the way Andrea Gebhardt trains on it is get 10 likes and comments by either 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. So it's 10 by 10.
Okay,
Just likes and comments to you. Like you're just being very intentional about
gotcha,
interacting with who's already in your network.
gotcha.
And is that 10 by 10 part of the P5?
Yes.
And where
Right
do
over
we find the
here.
P5? I've
This
heard of
is,
that before, and I'm
yeah.
sure I have it written down somewhere, but
this one is like the checklist for it. This one right here. And I don't know where it went in our team
If
page.
you like literally, Lynn's in our team page, if you just literally at the search bar at the top, just type P5, like all those posts I used to put in there will come up.
Oh, we used to share that, yes, every single day. But I thought we had it in a guide. I'm sorry, Care.
No, you're fine. I just pulled it up because I was like, let me see where that is.
Yeah, Andrea Gebhardt even like came into our group and did a phenomenal training on it. So maybe I'll try to move that into our guide 3. If you have any other daily of operations or, you know, how to run this business, guide 3 is topped full of all different kinds of ideas and everything. I personally have been using the P5 and I love it. I mean, obviously I don't send the biz video to 2 people every single day. I'm working on it. I'm being completely honest. But it's really simple to run it. I mean, you
I
post
just
daily.
tagged you in the video too. There's that video she did, the training.
Oh, you found it.
Yep.
what's the
Perfect.
freak acronym?
Follow up like a freak.
Yeah, is freak an acronym, or is that's just
Yes.
Yes. So it's the first follow up. The first follow up. The R is reach back out. The E is engage often. The A is ask again, and the K is keep posted. And if you go like in our team page, like I said, and type P5, like all of that is like literally in a thread right above the picture Lindsey Ray was talking about,
Yeah.
with all verbiage and ideas of how she does it.
So if you ever see the I'll give you 5 things a day to do, would you do them like from Shout and other story slides and even, you know, just Modere people talking in general? And you're like, wait, what are the 5 things? It's the P5. So definitely search that up. Carrie, can we make like a guide or something?
Yeah.
For that?
Like put all that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
I just have to say, I love that you guys are all teachers.
And honestly, like
It's
I like
it's like you
said
guys
that,
already
Jamie.
like have this
But, like,
organized, you know, I'm
Yeah, no, you'll become like that eventually. You know what I mean? Like, especially as the
Right.
business like grows, like, you know, I couldn't even teach a tenth of this shit like 2 years ago. I had no idea, you know. But like as it goes and you just do it and do it and do it, like it's now we can just spit it off, how to follow up, how to engage, how to do this, you know.
yeah, they're all in there. The examples of what to say and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's all there.
Yeah, and then the power hour that we usually run, like typically at 8 o'clock, that's built up from Bryn Lang and her checklist and everything, which I have. And that's also in guide 3. So that's kind of like what we pulled together to craft like the Hustlers Power Hour. So I'll do that on top of running the P5, like in little spurts throughout my day here and there. like in the cracks of my day, I'll run the P5 because the P5 is really built for a crack in your day type of daily method of operation. The power hour is legitimately the hour worth of work. So when you pair them both together and you're tracking your action, it's going to get serious. Like it's pretty cool what happens. And then when you're not doing any of it, like me in January, and you're not sending anything out and you're sitting there kicking yourself in the butt, you'll see why. Should scroll down and see if Pam's cursing me with her eyeballs. She was.
God, y'all are brutal. You called me out.
Hey, I'm calling myself out. All right, so one more minute and then I'm going to let y'all go. Any final, this is a Canva, so I will download it and upload it to share. Super simple. So anything else before we go? Did you guys run 1 or 2 and then actually put it on your tracker? Hold it up, let me see. Closer. Get your oily faces in there like me. Come on now. Ooh, beautiful.
My-
I have it all
I'm
completely
ready
filled
to
out.
run.
Love it.
I have the draft. I have a very good draft, and I'm like in a much better place now. So now I'll go tomorrow and make it nice and neat.
I love it.
But
Lori, I
yeah,
missed yours.
this is awesome. Thank you so much.
I love the forced action for real. Like, would I have done this on my own? Hell no. So thank you so much. Seriously, with my face too.
That's why. Like she's actually making me do this shit.
So
Pam, I
have
feel you
one
because I'm
question
the
real
same
quick.
way. Like I wear my emotions on my face. There is like nothing. Like we had a faculty meeting last week, and I had another teacher come up to me, and she's like, "Amy, I was literally dying throughout the entire meeting because of your face." I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, that's
Like,
why
how
I
bad was
building
it?
anymore.
She's like, we could read every single emotion. She goes,
I think this is why Carrie and I like first connected, because we were on a Zoom together and she like private messaged me and she's like, your face. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Did I say that out loud?
I'm the same way, but yours was, I think you're a notch above me. And I get told all the time, like, you need to shut up. And I'm like, I seriously didn't say anything. And they're like, exactly. And I'm like, shit.
You said a lot.
That
Yeah,
makes
you
us
still
so
have,
great
like-
on videos then. Like seriously, we're very expressive. So people can get what you're saying, you know. That's a good thing.
Lindsey, Ray, and Pam have a little bit of RBF, like a little bit.
What?
Sure. Like resting bitch face a little bit, those two.
Oh my
A little bit.
gosh.
Yeah.
Like
I
if you're not
used to
paying
have a resting
attention.
butch face. I used to
Yeah.
have a resting, but I didn't. My girlfriend like did the same thing. She's like, Jamie, like smile. She goes, honestly, when you don't know what to think, just smile. And then that way, nobody really knows what you're thinking, but you're not showing the bitch
God, my
face.
cheeks would hurt.
Well, that's good workout.
By like
I've been
30 every
practicing.
day, my face would be freezing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, maybe you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put that on my thing, like smile.
Yeah.
That way nobody has to know.
No, not
be
on
one
the
of my
habit
habits.
piece. That
Smile.
one's gonna go on a grid tracker. Okay.
Did I smile? I don't know.
Lori, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I just did a whole bunch of the intentional engagement, but how do you mark them?
Tallies.
Just tallies.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Unless
did
you're
mine
doing-
like the little, you know, tick, tick, tick 5.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool.
Unless you're doing it specifically with one person for the 333 with Marina stuff. If you're gonna do that where you're like targeting one person, then do their initials. But if you're just doing it in abundance, then
Yeah.
list it off in abundance.
So if I wanted to do that and the Marina one, should I do those 2 separate boxes?
You
what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
have to. You don't have
Okay.
to, because as long as you write their initials down, then you can look back tomorrow and see, okay, that's who I want to touch
Mm.
first.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Can you go real quickly on what her 333 is?
No. Carrie can.
Carrie?
So it's really honestly super easy in a way. So just imagine if, for example, let's start with a very small number. If you have 5 people, right? So 5 people that you're going to go on Instagram or Facebook, and you are going to today, you're going to, it's 3, 3, and 3. So you're going to like or love 3 of their posts, like or love 3 of their stories, or comment, comment on them. And what's the third one?
Exactly, Natalie.
Yeah, it's usually like you want to just, I look at it this way. You ever have somebody come to your wall and like they literally go down and like love all your shit, and you see like Amy, 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 and you're like, what the hell? Who's Amy? Right? So then you're like, whatever, who knows what she wants. And then the next day you see Amy, 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 and you're like, dude, why does this girl keep liking my shit? And then the third day you see Amy, 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 and you're like, all right, who is this girl and why is she stalking me? So it's for 3 days in a row, you are liking and loving, liking and loving, liking and loving on their posts, on their reels, on their TikToks, like 3 things technically, 3, 3, 3, 3 stories, 3 posts. Honestly, I forget what the other thing is.
Maybe
I think
3
it really has-
comments.
yeah, I think it has, exactly. I think it has to go with like doing it. The objective is 3 days in a row, you're basically loading them up with love. And then on the third day,
You messaged
after they more than likely have scoped you out, you're popping in their inbox and you're ripping the Band-Aid. And you're kind of like, oh my gosh, Jamie, like, I've been checking out your posts the past couple of days. Like, I love your vibe, girl. I love the content that you're sharing. I think you're amazing. Would you be open to hearing how I make money from my phone? Would you be open
Gotcha.
to, like, I would absolutely like love to lock arms with you and like work with you. Like, you're my people. Like, would you be open to, taking a peek at what I do?
And that's also, if you just search 333 in the Hustlers group, a ton of information will pop up on that. I don't personally do it. I've tried it. I cannot keep track. A lot of the people that run it use a VA, honestly, to help them because it is a lot. If it is something that you want to try with one person and track it, just write down their initials. I would not bombard yourself with trying to do it. It's awesome to use when you've run out of warm market and you have a ton of new leads and you want to have them go from a cold market to a warm market, but it's very difficult. It is not something simple or easy to pick up. But if it's something that when you're in that spot in your business, either you're at like a plateau or you're in a dip, then go ahead and try it and learn it and replicate. But I would not add it to a daily DMO and push yourself to do it unless that's going to be
And the
what
reason she's saying that is because if you do 5 today and you move them up the list, and then tomorrow you do 5, now they're here and you have to redo the day 1 5, and then day 3 you have to do 5 more. So by day 3 you're doing 15 people, and it is very hard to keep track of. That's why I gave you a very small number, because some people do 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and you got to like have a piece of paper, and it's
that would be
like
its
Lindsey
own,
said.
yeah.
If you are trying to get engagement, it's a good way to like get the engines roaring. Maybe you do it for 7 days in a row, get a whole bunch of new leads and you play with them. But the idea is, and why we say at Modere we don't cold message, is because we do so much attraction marketing. Like, go down my newsfeed. Like, people are like, how are your engagements through the roof? Yeah, because I'm constantly like putting out content that people are commenting on, and then I'm commenting back and I'm in their inboxes, and like all those people are engaging with me. So I have like leads, you know what I mean? Like, I'm never just cold messaging someone that I've never talked to. I'm like talking to people that are talking to me. So it's not a cold message. Cold message is, you probably all have gotten one. I've never talked to a girl before, never engaged with her in my life. And she's like, hey, do you want to buy this? And I'm like, what the hell? I don't even know you, you know?
Right.
So,
But for tracking purposes, if you're going to be doing something like that, either keep it on its, if you're going crazy heavy, like that's what you're practicing is just that system, I would completely make a separate thing for that.
I could do my little Dollar Tree like book calendar I got yesterday.
Yeah, that might be a good one. That should have enough space on there.
Oh, well, maybe that'll be good for the summer. I can't do it now.
Don't do that right now, Amy.
Yeah.
I'd rather just do the P5, Amy,
Yeah.
like Lindsay's saying, and come up with a list of even 30, 40, 50 people that you really like on Facebook. Have the list sitting next to you. And then like each day, like go through a couple of them. Like I'm going to comment on these 10 today, these 10 tomorrow, these 10 the next day. And then they're going to start to see you. That's like how the average person, like normal people do it. I agree with Lindsay. The 333 is like intense as F.
I mean, it's helpful when you need it, but do not do it right now, please.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
Love you so
overwhelm
much.
yourself. Just come up with a list of like 10 people that you're like going to engage with, you know, that you would like to work with. That type of
Right.
list is good for people you want to work with, not really like product. Like you don't want to sit here and like necessarily like I don't know, love on people just to sell them product. It's more like you're
Right.
loving on people because you could see yourself working with them,
Mhm.
Okay, that makes sense.
you know? So
Okay.
I'll give you guys like an example really quick and then I'll let you guys get off. Like I do that a lot like with TikTok people and stuff, like because they're already creating videos, they're good on video, or even Facebook reel people, like people that you see and you're like, damn, she's really good on video. I like her vibe. You stalk them for a couple minutes, like see if they have a milkshake, see if they have a link tree. Does it look like they're in another company? If not, start loving on them, like love on their videos, leave some comments, you know, put them on your list. And then one day, Amy, you're into horse people. I don't know. You might reach out and be like, listen, I don't know if you're making any money sharing all these videos training horses, but like, I would love to share like a way that you could make some passive income on the side. You know?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Cause like,
Okay.
it's you guys, anybody can do this shit. Like you can have dog walkers, people that are like, I see a guy driving around with a cat on a motorcycle. I bet you he's not making any money other than like, you know, getting paid off of YouTube videos. And let me tell you, they don't make a lot of money. If a YouTube video gets like 1 million views, they make like $100.
Yeah.
That's trash. Yes, like for real. Wes Bewley in our company did a training one day and he broke it down. I was like, holy shit. They make no money.
All right, so tell me
That's
how you
yeah.
how do you honestly feel after creating this? Honest.
Honestly, I
Good.
feel like I'm like right where I'm in the direction because I have been making these lists of what I need to do every day, but I haven't been able to put them in a format. I didn't even think about categorizing them like you just taught us to do. So that helped immensely. And then everything you did was, I feel very good. Yes. Thank you.
Lori?
I agree with everything she just said. I feel a little bit more organized and something to look forward to in the morning when I get up and like it's there.
Phenomenal. Pam?
Okay,
Go on.
look behind me. Do you see that?
Uh-huh.
That's like a little magnetic thing that
Uh-huh.
Rachel and I, my daughter, we were doing. Oddly enough, 5 things, but it wasn't Modere, but it was like no dirty dishes in the sink, make your bed. I don't know, exercise, laundry, anything with laundry, touch a sock. I mean, we were like there and
Mhm.
reading. But those were the 5 things. And I would check them off that we would do every night. And then on Fridays, comments from the peanut gallery. And then we would get a reward on Fridays. So this is like the adult version of what I was trying to do with my daughter and I. So yes. Oh my gosh, face and awe. Thank you though. It's like it will make sense. And then I can just go and check it off.
Yep. Awesome sauce.
So good. So thank you so much.
Not a problem. If any of you here in the squares ever need anything, just message me anytime and I'll answer.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Participation wins in my book. So thank you for being here and dealing with me.
I do have a
Love you.
question on the Carrie.
Hey, we got to take a picture.
Oh yes.
Are you gonna do that, Care?
Sure. Hold on. Let's
I mean, you're the one that yelled it.
Right.
Am I supposed to listen to that?
All right, no RBF and oh my god, we should just be like RBF
Hold on, now I'm laughing too much.
All right, one more. Okay.
Or
Okay, I got like 15.
Perfect.
That's
Does
my
not
focus
surprise
too.
me.
Me either.